Hi, welcome back. So in this episode, what we're going to be talking about is one of the other challenges for a small rider is where do you put your stuff? So do you want to be wearing a backpack, a little bum bag as we call them in the UK, little pack down here at the back? I'm going for a tank bag basically just to hold all those little bits of extras that I need. If I need medications, I do, and phone and things like that. So I'm going for the tank bag, and let's show you the one I've chosen. So the tank bag that I've selected is an SW Motech. I've selected it because it's universal, although the fitting kit will be unique to your make and model of bike. But again, why I've chosen it is the size, and basically it's expandable. It's got the quick release, it fits to the tank, and a quick release system to be able to maneuver that off. Neat little carrying handle, and basically it will just hold everything I need for a day out on my bike. So before you start, very first thing you've got to do, read your instructions. So the first thing that we're going to do is actually start to fit the fittings to the bike, and you start off fitting this to your tank, and these are all of the instructions. The manufacturer of this does give you a warning here, and a recommendation to get an expert to fix it. I have my own expert, Mr. Zedrunner, so he'll be helping me with this fitting today. So this is all about fitting it to the bike, and this piece here is the extra bit that you're going to need to attach between the bag itself and the fitting on the bike. So as with all of these, it tells you exactly what you need when you're going to need them. So let's get going. So before you start, you are going to be removing this assembly here. So what you need to do is to make sure, firstly, you're not going to get overcome from the fumes, because they are pretty strong. So you need a cloth in here. The other thing is you might drop a screw, and you do not want it going in there. So clog it up first. Okay, so there's 4 of these screws, so we're just going to release them now. So we go in an anti-clockwise direction. So you've seen me do this before. It's nice and simple. And what you need to do is you need to make sure that you put these in a safe place, because you're going to need them again later. Straight back in. Okay, there we have it. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take the cap off the old ring and attach it to the new ring. And that's a simple matter of undoing these here. This is a cross blade or Phillips screwdriver. So again, anti-clockwise. There you go. Okay, so now we're going to fit it. We're going to use these little mounting bolts. They're going to go in here, but the instructions clearly tell you need some liquid lock thread, and that's exactly what we're going to do. So putting it back together, you've got to remember you need to make sure that it opens the right way, and it is quite simple. It does help you out. So you go through here just as normal as you did when you took it off, and you can see the slight indentation. Put it through there and everything lines up where it's supposed to do. So whilst we used a Phillips screwdriver to take the original screws out, the screws with the kit need an Allen key. This is a 2mm Allen key. We've put the thread lock on and we're just tightening it up now. So we're just tightening them up, and to get that extra little bit of leverage, turn it upside down. Okay, there we go. before you go too far, always just check that things are working as you would expect. So all we've done is just check, do we get a nice movement on there? We do, and nothing is clicking, snagging, and it fits exactly as it should. Okay, now to fit it to the bike. So we're going to have to take this out. So out it comes, and what you can see here is that we had 4 screws. 1, 2, 3, 4. You've got the corresponding 1, 2, 3, 4. This here looks like a screw hole. It's not, it's your drainage, and you can see right here it's exactly in the right place. So there you go. We've got it lined up. Everything's good. Let's not forget the cloth. Okay, so again you're going to need the lock thread on this. I prefer to position the screw first and then apply, in this case we're using a little extension onto a 4mm Allen key to help with the leverage, but you also get the feel of whether or not it's in the right place without doing any damage. So in it goes for me. There we go. And I am going to get all 4 in place and then tighten everything. So this is enough, it's going in lovely. So on to the next one. So that took a couple of attempts. That's going backwards until it clicks. When it clicks, you hear the threads aligning. So now we can just get and move that on. You'll know if it's wrong because it stops. Okay, so we're checking for fit. Lovely. Actually looks quite nice in black. And we need to make sure again everything works as it should. First hurdle, make sure the lock's not in the way. And there we go. Nice firm push. You'll hear it click. And there you go. So, but we're not done. We have to tighten those screws. Okay, so here we're using the ratchet, and we're not going to go mad with it. This is just that little bit awkward. Done. Okay. She's ready. So now we're going to fit the tank ring, and with these again it's going to be bike specific. So again we're going for the Z650, also works on a Ninja 650, and it tells you exactly what you're going to need. So here it will tell you that you need to tighten this up to 4.5 Newton meters, and you're going to do that using a torque wrench, and you set it to the specification that it tells you on the instructions. And again it's given us the indication that we're going to need 4 screws and that we're going to need our thread lock. Okay, so to fit this to the bike, 4 screws, 4 screw holes, 4 screw holes. There we go. Looks quite good there. So next thing we'll do is we'll get the thread lock on, and then we'll start to put them in using the wrench. So I'm doing exactly what I did before, and I'm actually starting at the top. Place it. Can't find it. There we go. In it goes. Place all 4. There we go. Okay, I've got a little bit of thread lock on the outside, so I'll clean that up in a second. There we are. thing that you've got to watch if you're using this for the first time is that don't twist the handle, because you'll change the setting. So I'm going slowly, and I'm making sure that I'm not twisting this handle, and I'm going opposites. So this one, then I'll go here and then here. And there you have it. Did you hear that? That click means you're at the correct torque. Perfect. Okay, so now we're going to fit the quick release. So we've got the quick release pin, and we have the quick release bracket. So we're going to use the thread lock again. Put this through here. Has a 10mm nut and a 16mm nut. And what we need to do is apply the lock thread. And we'll just use our hands to thread that through there. That's better. And what we need to get is 6mm at the end there, and I think that might be about it. Is that 4mm?
No, 6.
6mm. So now what we're going to do is we're going to tighten this 16mm nut to make sure everything is held in place. So just a quick tighten with my fingers, and then I'll use the spanner. That is tight. Quick clean. Okay, so this is really quite simple. You have these two little holes here, and what we're going to do, you just fit it to that, and you can see these fit into here. Slips on, down it goes, hear the click, and this is how simple it is. Quick release. Okay, so we need it as far as possible, and it's going to go here. Problem. Cannot use the quick release, so I need the spacer after all. That goes in because I want it placed as far forward, and we know we've already got clearance for the key, so this is just going to go here. It will line up on these four, so as far forward as I can get it, and you can see I've got the release, the quick release. So now we know where the spacer's got to go. We can use that to mark out where we need to drill the holes in the bag. So the next thing that we need to do is we need to drill in the bag. You're going to need a 5.5mm drill bit. But what you're going to need to do is open this up, put your piece of block of wood in here, so you've got the hard surface to drill into through here. So what we've done, we've got it set up, we've got the block of wood on the inside, and whilst we did do the pencil marks, we've actually decided that the drill bit will actually fit through the holes. So we already have a template. So in we go. First time for me using this. So okay, and that's all you need. Applying that will mark the bag, and now we can go through and can finish off drilling all the way through. Okay, so the next thing that we need to do is we now need to fit the three items together. So the bag to the spacer to the quick release. We're going to follow the instructions for the spacer. In the pack you'll get the relevant screws for this one or this one, and what we need are the longer screws, and we have a nylock nut here so that it will do exactly what we were doing with the lock thread. It will do it for you. This is awkward, and it's the board here is flexible, so the first one is going to be the most difficult. So what you're going to need is an Allen key, 3mm Allen key, and you're also going to need the spanner for the nut, and it's a 6mm spanner. We've put one in place now, pushed it through, put the spacer on, put the quick release on, and use the Allen key, tighten it up, and you need pressure. We fitted them all, and so in went the bolts, so get the Velcro right. And you can see through here at the other side. Here they are. And as we said, the first one was the most difficult. The others went in straight away. So don't over tighten. You don't want the screw really protruding from here, because it will end up protruding through and you may end up getting some damage onto that. So don't over tighten. One last thing to do before you can fit this to the bike. You don't have to do this bit, but to make things easy for yourself, there's the pull cord. So what you do is just thread this through here, through there, this through here, that tightens on there, and when you're doing your quick release, that's it. So I chose this particular bag because of all of the added features. So you have a power inlet here. So what you've also got, Perspex cover, and what you can have in here is your phone, and you can also be charging things as you're riding along. So very useful. Grand Prix tickets right there and right handy for you once you reach the gate. The other thing that you do get together with this, as long as it's not just the nice carrying handle, you get a waterproof cover that covers the entire bag. And one additional feature that I particularly like on here is the expansion that you get with the bag. So just that little bit more, but one of the advantages that I do have as being a smaller rider, so I can get my shoes in here now. And this is how easy it is to fit. So on it goes. And that was one click, it's not on yet. Little push forward and down, and it's on. Taking it off. It's that easy. Thank you for watching. Subscribe and see my rides.